Hello, we are ENC Wood Toys. We are a factory who produces games with emphasis into didactic, playful, and therapeutic ways. Our games are mainly made of wood and they try to abort the multiple intelligences. Now we're going to show you a little bit what we do. The domino of textures is made of wood and non-toxic UV ink. It has some relief to recreate the textures. It has 28 pieces and 6 types of textures. It can be played as a usual domino, finding pieces that can be connected with others, having a match with one of their sides. The winner is the player who could use all of their pieces into the game. But we can play just using the sense of touch. This game is suitable to increase and improve the sense of touch, logical skills, and work team abilities. This game develops laterality, which forces to work with both brain hemispheres. It can improve motor skills when the kids use both pencils with both hands. It's a good choice to prepare boys and girls to school, because we can define their dominant hand or if they have any problem using a pencil. The ambidextrous is made of wood. It has 2 trees each with a slot and 2 pencils with a cord. The purpose is to travel across the slots at the same time using both pencils, one of them in the left hand and the other in the right hand. It's important during the game don't go out of the slot or advance one hand over another. This game is made of wood and non-toxic UV ink. It has 108 pieces each with 2 parts. One of them is the word, and the other one is an image according to the word. Self-dictated has 6 categories: professions, means of transportation, verbs, food, animals, and objects. Every category has a different color to identify easily. Every word matches with only one image. The player can check if the couple is right if the color pattern matches too. The self-dictated can be played in different ways. For example, we can play with time or memory, multiple selection, even playing just for one category. It's a good resource to increase vocabulary, improve orthography, and reading abilities. Human Body Boys and Girls 8 Systems are 2 games to support learning of anatomy. They're made of wood and non-toxic UV ink. Every set has 1 basis and 6 puzzles. Every puzzle is about one kind of system, and they are parts of the body, muscular system, skeletal system, nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, and reproductive system. Every puzzle can be put over the others until it fills the whole basis. Every puzzle board has different parts of the system and its name in English and Spanish. These games can be played as a game board or as a resource into the class, because they work the memory, knowledge, and skills as classify and self-recognition. The Multiple Learning Cube is made of wood, plastic, and UV ink. It has 5 sides with different activities. Didactic Clock. It's an easy way to explain how watches works and different ideas about time. Board to Fit. It has 5 silhouettes that represents 5 animals. It is ideal to improve the coordination eye-hand and spatial intelligence. Medium complexity maze. It has semi-sealed wire rods. These rods intertwine and have 15 plastic figures with different shapes and colors. The maze favors pincer grip, spatial perception, and fine motor skills. Pre-writing pattern. It's a good game to improve writing skills before the children start the school, because it helps them to learn how to use the pencil, and the patterns can provide them exercises to increase their agility and strength when they write. This section is about to cross all of the patterns with the wooden pencil. Curved sequences pattern. The pattern is so useful to work with cognitive abilities like attention, coordination, logical thinking, and memory. Kids can take one of the 6 guide cards and move the pins to get the same pattern. This game can be played in group or individual. It has 2 sides and recreates 4 spaces. Also, it has a basis and 2 roots. The Tree of Knowledge is made of wood and non-toxic UV ink. Every side have the following activities. Side A. This side has 3 activities. Roulette with bell, to aboard the musical part of the game. The labyrinths, where the kids try to pass the plastic pieces across the rods. It helps the laterality, the pincer grip. Concentrate. It boards abilities like pictogram recognition, memory, and concentration. It has a set of cubes with pictures on them with different categories, numbers, animals, vocals, and emotions. These cubes turn in a rod in its central axis. Side B. This side has the following activities. Sphere maze. The objective of the game is move the metal spheres with a magnetic pin. It's good to improve concentration, pincer grip, and logical thinking. Threading game. It improves imagination and motor skills. Animal pattern. It works with eye-hand coordination and logical thinking to find the way to move the animals. The purpose of Mathematic Box is strengthen math abilities for children who knows the 4 fundamental mathematical operation. The game is able to being played since 2 to 4 players. The game has 1 axis each side, where there are 12 mobile pieces, with numbers on the surfaces from 1 to 12 for each axis. It has 2 a central board and 2 dices. How can we play? First of all, every player choose one side of the mathematical box. The pieces must show the number to the external face. Every player during their turn roll the dices, and decide how to combine these 2 numbers with one of fundamental mathematical operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, to give a number between 1 and 12. When the player decides, the result turns the piece with that number. For example, if the dices show 6 and 2, the player can choose one of these options. 12, because 2 times 6 is 12. 8, because 6 plus 2 is 8. 3, because 6 divided 2 is 3. 4, because 6 minus 2 is 4. The winner will be the player who turns all the pieces first. The mathematical box is effective to increase mathematical logical intelligence, strategic sense, and mental agility. The Multipla Systema is made of wood and non-toxic UV ink. Also has a marble, laces, a main board and guide cards which can be assembled at the central board. How to play? Put one of the guide cards at the center of the board with the number surface in the external side. Knot one of the laces at the wooden dowel at 0 point in the main board. This will be the start of counting. For example, if we're going to recreate the 4 multiplication table, we strap from the 0. Also, first we do 4 times 1, and to know what is the result we count 4 wooden dowels to right, from 0 to get 4 at the end. We knot the lace and continue with the next step. Oh, this time, we do 4 times 2, so we count 4 more wooden dowels to get the 8, it means, 4 times 2 equals 8. Oh, let's continue to 4 times 3, at this point we get 12, because if count 4 wooden dowels more we get 12, that means that we get a complete circle, so, we put the marble on the hollow one, to indicate that we are over 10. Knotting the lace on the wooden dowel for 2 we get 12, because the marble indicates 10 and the wooden dowel indicates 2, so 10 plus 2 equals 12. Oh, we repeat this activity until we complete the whole multiplication table, moving the marble and the lace each turn. Oh, finally we can see if the pattern match with the guide card. This game can offer the opportunity to identify mistakes learning the multiplication tables. Also, it provides a tool to understand how the multiplication works and its relation with addition and counting. On the other hand, we can notice that this game is good for attention, mathematical logical intelligence, and motor skills. Sound blocks are made of wood and acrylic. Inside them there are different types of materials to produce different kind of sounds. It's made up of 16 pieces with different shapes as circles, medium circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles. The main objective is to identify the sound that is produced by every piece when we shake it off and recognize if that is a high or low sound. Also, the sound blocks can be used to learn about shapes and colors. It's a good tool to stimulate auditory sense, to classify by shape, sound and color, and to develop skills in manipulating objects.